I saw on the Rhyming with Oranges channel this thing about the masters of the internet, or whoever they may be, thinking about changing all addresses containing pornography to .xxx rather than .com or .net. I mean, the first issue that Rhyming with Oranges raised was the censorship, which is one of the main problems that there will be. I mean, it will be annoying for the companies or the websites or any of these people that, I mean, it might damage the adult industry, probably not that much, but it would make it easier for schools and parents to child-proof computers and stuff, so they can just block out all .xxx addresses if every single address is regulated. But a problem that I saw was, how do you draw the line? Because when you've got stuff like TinyPic and PhotoBucket, there's bound to be pornography on there somewhere. And so, do you give that a .xxx address? I mean, it's mainly used for other types of photo, but there's bound to be some on there. So, how do you differentiate? I mean, this is meant to this is meant to free up space as well on the internet, because they reckon well over half of all the content on the internet is pornography. But then there's what space is it going to free up? What company is going to want porn in their domain address, or like, I mean, stuff like that? It's, you're not going to have a company called, I don't know, any of those things. You're not going to have a company that's going to want profanity or lesbian or anything like that in their domain name, or anything to do with sexual activity at all, unless it's a company based around that. And most of them already have their websites. It's not going to free up any space that's going to be used properly. And so, I mean, the only way that these companies are going to be able to use these domain names is if people type them in and they link back to their main site, in which case it's not freeing up space on the internet, it's just leaving it to be used for different things. I mean, it's going to link to sites that were already there, that were already in use. They're hardly running out of domain addresses, but I mean, this isn't really the way to go with it. And another problem with the differentiation of it is, how do you, I mean, stuff like Playboy.com, there's pornography on there, I imagine, and they're a company that sells products. They sell clothing and lighters and such, all that stuff that you see with the Playboy logo on. So, do you make Playboy have two separate sites, one for merchandise and one for everything else? Or do you just give all the one with their merchandise on an XXX address as well? In which case, that's not very fair to them as a company. It's also not fair to people who just want to purchase it because they like the fashion of it, when they can't get on there at school or at work or whatever. And I mean, they wouldn't be able to in the first place, but that would help, wouldn't it? So I mean, you can't. You're gonna have to choose between it, and in the long run, I don't think it's gonna work.